You're not peacefully protesting, you're rioting.
Point USA event at UC Berkeley last night.
There's not even that many people there.
Just hours before the event began, leading to 4 arrests. But inside that event, comedian Rob Schneider and Dr. Frank Turek, who is Charlie Kirk's mentor, spoke to a sold-out crowd.
I'm never going to forget Charlie's lifeless eyes looking back right past me in that car. It's a life-changing event. Do you know what else would be a life-changing event? A man that predicted and accomplished his own resurrection from the dead.
Charlie's murder exposed
Rob Schneider.
a part of an ugliness that I have not seen. That there can be no comparison.
He's absolutely right. He is absolutely completely based.
That there would be no empathy from these group of people says something about our more than our body politic.
The vice president of UC Berkeley's Turning Point USA chapter, Maddox Radaba, joins me now. Maddox led to several arrests.
And so as a result, you have, all of these people coming to support the event.
Hey, you did more for the world than you have.
Protesters,
you loser.
And I feel like that just naturally, increased the hostilities. And what I heard about the event is that the people involved weren't students exactly. And that's kind of what we see a lot at these events is we see, Berkeley natives or people who are trying to rile things up come on campus and look to do so. That's as much as I know about the information so far. But I know that
you don't have to agree with this policy. Well, not necessarily policies. He wasn't in politics. He was, but he wasn't. But you don't have to agree with everything he said. But he just didn't deserve to die. I'm sorry. That's how you cause hyper radicalization for a group of people.
Local enforcement is looking into the fights that we see here.
Okay, so one more about these protests before we get into the actual event. We're hearing that these protesters surrounded the exits and started heckling all the attendees and shouting obscenities at them. Did you experience that? And also, what would you like to say to these protesters this morning?
Sure. Now, I will say that I didn't hear any obscenities myself, but I heard about it secondhand from other people experiencing them. And what I would like to say to those protesters is that we would welcome you to come to our meetings. We would welcome you to talk to us while we're tabling on campus. We welcome you to debate us. You don't need to fight us. You don't need to yell obscenities at us. We are willing to have this exchange of ideas with you. And it seems, from the extreme cases, not that people are just willing to debate, but from, the things you see here, that they're just not willing to do so, and so they resort to violence, and that's something that we condemn.
Well, this was the last stop of this Turning Point tour. It took place 2 months to the day after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Featured 2 speakers that were very close to his heart, including his mentor, Frank Turek, and comedian and filmmaker Rob Schneider. What would you like people to know about the actual event and how it went?
Yeah, the event was amazing. It was a huge show of support, and I got to give it to Frank and Rob for just stepping up because Charlie was supposed to come today, and on short notice for them being willing to, go into hostile territory and, a campus that's about 95% liberal and willing to, speak their mind, as well as everyone who had the confidence to come out in attendance. I commend them. And I also commend the people who, were maybe liberal minded, but came out in the Q&A and
got us up for 5 minutes,
challenged
chat.
them on a, idea-based,
when I get into this, I always have a bunch of idiots that say stupid stuff in the comments.
So that was amazing to see. That just showed. But at this event, we saw something completely different, and it really instills hope. And it shows how, after Charlie's passing, it was a terrible tragedy, but it also, instilled a level of motivation in all of us to step forward and carry on his legacy.
And that's exactly what you're doing. And I just want to read this quickly because it's from UC Berkeley. A spokesperson told Fox News Digital that the altercations did not take place on campus grounds, but did not elaborate any further. But we thank you so much for joining us, characterizing this last stop of this very important tour, and for having a big handle in putting this together and waking up early for us as well out there in California. Maddox Radaba, Vice President of UC Berkeley's Turning Point USA chapter. We thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm Steve Duke.
Damn.